But first, a major development in the case of a former Rocky Mount police officer charged in the Capitol riot. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm John Carlin.
And I'm Rachel Lucas. A key witness took the stand today.
Yeah, after taking a plea deal, Jacob Fracker, who was also on the force, testified against Thomas Robertson.
10 News reporter McKinley Strother is back live for us tonight in Washington, D.C. to explain what happened in court. McKinley?
Rachel and John, Fracker testified that he truly believed that they made enough fuss that day, the government would overturn the 2020 election results. That's why he was here. That's why he did what he did. But we'll get to more of his testimony in a moment. I want to begin by reminding you about that wooden stick I told you about yesterday Robertson had on his person. Imagine this is that stick tonight. He held it in this position in front of his body. The form is called port arms. Anyone with the military experience of Robertson, certainly with his police experience, would be familiar with this. In fact, many of the responding officers testified today they used this form to push through that unruly crowd on January 6th. I even mention this because prosecutors spent so much time today on this, even having Jacob Fracker identified based on photographic evidence that this was the stance Robertson held that wooden stick in on the day of January 6th. It was tough, as you can imagine, for Fracker to testify against Robertson because he looks at him as a father figure. In fact, the two called each other father and son, and he explained the actions that they took on that day from his perspective. Fracker said he hated doing what he did today because they've always been on the other side of things. Today, he said, having already admitted guilt to conspiring to stop Congress while they certified the election. The government calls the wooden stick a weapon. A D.C. police officer testified Robertson struck him and another officer with that stick, and he just simply wouldn't get out of their way as they tried to push through that crowd, despite the fact that there was space for him to do so. The defense, however, calls that stick a walking stick meant to help the wounded military veteran. No witness so far, including Fracker, has testified that Robertson regularly used a walking stick or any cane of any sort. 2 D.C. Metro officers testified, as well as 2 FBI agents. Those FBI agents spoke to mostly Robertson's cell phone. Fracker says Robertson took his cell phone and got rid of it along with his own before they went to turn themselves in. Fracker also testified that Robertson gave him, offered him, I should say, and eventually gave him $30,000. Now, what was that money used for? Maybe we'll find out tomorrow when the defense gets a chance to cross-examine Fracker when court proceedings continue in this building behind me at 9 in the morning. In our nation's capital this evening, I'm McKinley Strother, 10 News, working for you.